Welcome once again, great Biafran people. The Prime Minister, Biafra Republic Government in exile in the person of Ekpa Simon and Choku, has stated clearly that the Nigerian government would be petitioned to the International Criminal Court, ICC, for torture, for use of torture against innocent suspects or detainees, such as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Currently, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very, very ill following the torture he received from this government when they arrested him. His ear has issues. He has various degrees of issues with hearing and other major complications due to the torture being inflicted on him during arrest and during detention in the DSS facility. Now, this has been going on and so many other persons have suffered this. Before I go forward, I want to bring to you the Anti-Torture Act of 2017. This is the Nigerian Anti-Torture Act of 2017. Listen. The Anti-Torture Act of 2017 states that an act to penalize the acts of torture and other cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment and prescribe penalties for such acts and for related matters. Now it says, ensure that the rights of all persons, including suspects, detainees, and prisoners, are respected at all times, and that no person placed under investigation or held in custody of any person in authority shall be subjected to physical harm, force, violence, threat, or intimidation, or any act that impairs his free will. And B, fully adhere to the principle and standards on the absolute condemnation and prohibition of torture set by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and various international instruments to which Nigeria is a state party. 1. Torture is deemed committed when an act by which pain or suffering, whether physical or mental, is intentionally inflicted on a person to 1. Obtain information or confession from him or a third person. B. Punish him for an act he or she or a third person has committed or is a suspect of having committed. C. Intimidate or coerce him or a third person for any reason based on discrimination of any kind, when such pain or suffering is inflicted by or at the instigation of or with the consent or acquiescence of a public official or the person or other person acting in an official capacity, provided that it does not include pain or suffering in compliance with lawful sanctions. For the purpose of this act, torture includes physical torture, which refers to such cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment which causes pain, exhaustion, disability, or dysfunction of one or more parts of the body, such as systemic beatings, head bangings, punchings, kicking, striking with rifled butts, and jumping on the stomach, food deprivation, and forcible feeding with spoiled food, animal or human excreta, or other food not normally eaten, electric shocks, cigarette burning, burning by electric heated rods, hot oil, acid, by the rubbing of pepper on or other chemical substances on mucous membranes, or acids on or spices directly on wounds. The submersion, there are so many of them. Now, the evidences abound of the torture being inflicted on persons. As in, the evidences are too much. So many persons have their own, experiences to say. But then, there are people who have come out to say their own experiences. And we will show you a video of these experiences. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is number one person. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is number one person. But then there are also some persons who have come out to state categorically clear that these people indulge in torture of detainees and suspects and people in their custody. Let me show you another video of a man confessing to what they did to him.
I was hung for about 1 hour. It got to a point when I felt life was going out of me, and I had to accept to be alive. So I accepted what they asked me to accept, and I wrote it down, and presently is in court.
Mbazigwe Onyekachi's story is one of 500 allegations of torture against security operatives in Nigeria, torture and other ill treatment in Nigeria. Another victim, Mr. Justin Wanko, narrated how he was beaten, suspended in mid-air and stripped naked into signing a confessional statement bordering on a murder case.
Now, this is exactly what people go through in their detention facilities. This is purely exactly what people go through in their detention facilities. Tell me how people will not confess to allegations placed on them, false allegations placed on them. They beat you. They use all manner of torture against you. They force you, even on gunpoint. At gunpoint, you will confess because you want to save your life. Nobody would see a situation where he is between life and death and want to just die just like that. No, you would want to do something to save your life. And in that situation, you find out people will agree to that, to committing that particular crime just to save their life. Just to save their life at that moment. Because you are on gunpoint and you are asked to agree, to allude to the fact that you committed a crime that you know you did not commit. This is what is going on in the Nigerian prisons. And people will remain quiet. And this is exactly what they are doing to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in detention. And we are saying no to it. That this act of torture, this act of illegal detention must stop. It must stop. It must stop. The family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has come out to state that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is illegally detained, and the governors must be held responsible if anything happens to him, because under their watch, a man from their own region is, illegally detained and tortured and, tossed up and down like a puppet, and nothing is done. If anything happens to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the governors of the Southeast will not find it easy with the people of the Southeast, because they are directly involved. They are responsible for whatever torture that he's passing through in the DSS facility. Even the force PRO, the police force PRO, has come out to allude to this fact that they use torture on innocent people. Let me show you. Look at him. The force PRO, ACP, is it Adejobi Muyiwa? He says the era of torturing suspects has gone. We now conduct professional interviews. Nigerian police. What this statement means is that they have been torturing innocent suspects, detainees. They have been tortured with all manner of degrading treatment. They have been torturing, but now because they have now beamed, searchlight on them, they now want to come out to the public to say that they have stopped that act of torturing. But let me put it to you that this act of torturing is still going on. They are still doing it today. They are still doing it today. Go into any of the detention facilities, ask the detainees what they are passing through. They torture them with all manner of degrading treatment. You will not believe the kind of things they do to people there. But now he will come out to public, to media, and claim that they have stopped. But then he has also indicted the zoo police. He has indicted them, claiming that that era has gone, that they are now, doing what is it called, investigations and all of that. But this act was 2017, Act of 2017, Anti-Torture Act of 2017. They are stopping the torture in 2024. This is criminal of them. They have violated so many rights and privileges of innocent people of this country, and then they must be held accountable. They must be held accountable. Just as the Prime Minister has said, we are going to take them to court. We are going to sue them at the right time in International Criminals Court. They will go there and answer to all this inhumane treatment they have been they have meted on so many Biafrans and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to be precise. They will answer.